What? Move along, stranger. If you haven't noticed, I'm on duty and extremely hungover. So don't waste my time. That ale. Oh, my head is pounding like a smithy. All sorts. Same as any other city. Didn't you hear what I said, stranger? Unless you have an actual crime to report, or some hair of a dog for my hangover, move along. Yeah, move along, stranger. This is Lucas Faro's house. Or was his. I'm protecting it from squatters and looters. Not that they need keeping out. He was executed a few months ago for the murders of 6 people. He seemed like a peaceful man. He didn't seem like the murderous type. But I suppose real murderers never do. I hope you're not interested in buying. There is something evil in this house. Some kind of curse. You see, the murders haven't stopped. I walked him to the gibbet, watched him as he choked and buried him deep with my own hands. The murders are still happening, stranger. And it's Faro. No. I saw him walk right out of his house a few weeks ago. He looked at me and vanished. The next morning we found another body, another girl, another bloodied axe. Exactly. Other folks have seen him too, his ghost, walking the streets in the early hours. Whenever he's seen, a body is always found the next day. Always. As far as the watch captain is concerned, the case was closed when he was hanged. I'm not going after an angry ghost, and neither is anyone else. I do my job fine. Move along before I have you cuffed. Like I said, I buried him deep with my own hands. Go to the graveyard up the hill and see for yourself.
I've got snow in my eye.
I work steel, weapons mostly. Seems like no one is getting a decent night's rest in Dawnstar, stranger. Best buy your steel and move on. The finest weapons and armor. Come back if you need steel. Need a dagger? Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Farewell. Most of the guards in Dawnstar carry swords from this very smithy.
Still here.
I'm still here.
You collect skulls, I see. One has always been enough for me.
The gods gave you two hands, and you used them both for your weapon. I can respect it.
Hail, companion.
By the Divines, I'm tired.
Unless you're here to solve this nightmare problem, I don't need you. The only reason dragons are attacking is because Talos is angry with us for turning our backs on him. As soon as we drive the Empire out of Skyrim, the dragons will vanish. Mark my words. Oh, the Stormcloaks are destined to win this fight. Talos is with us, and when you fight under a Divine's blessing, victory is assured. Dawnstar has a history of being the site of battles that have crippled the fate of the Empire. I hope this remains true. Don't bother me again unless it's important.
I have concerns about the safety of Dawnstar.
Safety? Don't I have you to handle the town's safety? What is this about, Yard?
You keep pledging more and more of our guard to the front lines. The way this is going, we won't be able to defend our own orders.
Nonsense. The best place for our men, driving the Imperials back. I will ensure that men from Dawnstar get every opportunity for glory.
Glory is meaningless if they have no home to return
I'm here to lend my
I urge
magic
you
to the
lower
people
our
of
commitment to the
Dawnstar.
front until I'm sure we're safe.
I won't have you rob our soldiers of their chance.
I had
to
hoped
drive
life would be
out the
simpler here.
Empire.
The war
I'm
seems to
done
find a way of
discussing
following.
this, Yard.
If you're here about the nightmares, I'm afraid my pleas to the College of Winterhold, if you could call it that. The Jarl can make all the demands in the world. I'm not setting one foot on that battlefield. I fought in the Great War. I cut enough young lives short. I'm not gonna do it again. About 30 years ago, the Aldemary Dominion invaded the Empire. It was a surprise attack. Caught everyone off guard. They ended up sacking the Imperial City. I was there, blasting apart young elven men and women with fireballs and lightning bolts. By Akatosh, all the blood, the smell of flesh burned and pulled apart by magic. I never want to do that to another soul, ever again. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? Back to another fine day in Dawnstar.
By the Divines, I'm tired. Just a servant of Skald the Elder. Not worthy of time or consideration. There's no honor in being a Jarl's servant. No Sovngarde waits for dust cleaners.
I'm still here. What do you need to take? Lead on, then.
I've got your back. What do you want me to carry? Let's get going then.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn God. Vampire hunters or something in the old fort near Winter.
giants have been spotted up near Red Road Pass. Best to keep away and avoid them entirely. Oh, been tending your hounds? You smell like a wet dog.
Oof, I'm worn out.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
And what might you need? Need something? The entire town is being plagued by horrible nightmares. They're in serious danger, but I'm afraid there's little I can do about it. In any other circumstance, I'd agree with you. However, these aren't normal dreams. The Daedric Lord Vermina's voracious hunger for memories is responsible for these visions. The nightmares are an echo of her presence as she feeds. I need to return to the source of the problem, to Nightcaller Temple. Perhaps you'd be willing to assist me in that regard. I've already said too much. If anyone overhears what we're saying, it could start a panic. I would simply ask that you trust me and help me end Dawnstar's nightmares. Wonderful. My Lady Mara will be quite pleased. Nightcaller Temple is only a short walk from Dawnstar. Come, we must hurry. Vermina resides in a strange realm known as Quagmire, a nightmarish land where reality shifts upon itself in seemingly impossible ways. From her citadel at the center, she reaches forth to collect our memories, leaving nothing in return apart from visions of horror and despair. Who can say? Perhaps she collects them for display like works of art in a nonsensical art gallery. Whatever the case may be, her intentions are far from benevolent. I promise to answer all of your questions. Follow me. Follow me. It's this way. It feels good to finally have a chance to help these people. Helplessly watching them suffer has been difficult. The tower on that hill is our destination. People around here call it the Tower of the Dawn. I'm not familiar with the tower's history, but it was deserted for quite a long time before Nightcaller Temple was established inside. When the temple was active, priests would rarely be seen in Dawnstar. They preferred to live a solitary existence. The temple's been abandoned for decades now. Ironic, isn't it? A ruin within a ruin. There's a small shrine to Mara I established inside the tower's entry hall. I was hoping to seek spiritual guidance from her. Perhaps my prayers were answered. The reason for stumbling across Dawnstar is more than a mere coincidence. Before we enter, I must warn you about the dangers that could be lurking within. Years ago, this temple was raided by an orc war party seeking revenge. They were being plagued by nightmares, just like the people of Dawnstar. Before we enter, I must... Years ago, this temple was raided by an orc war party seeking revenge. No. Knowing they could never defeat the orcs, the priests of Vermina released what they called the miasma, putting everyone to sleep. I'm concerned that when this place is unsealed, the miasma will dissipate and they'll awaken, both orcs and priests alike. The miasma was created by the priests of Vermina for their rituals. It's a gas that places the affected in a deep sleep. Because the rituals would last for months or even years, the miasma was designed to slow down the aging process. Sadly, yes. The longer an individual is exposed to the miasma, the more the mind can become damaged. Those who've been under the effect of it for extended periods of time have been known to lose their minds entirely. In some cases, a few never awoke at all. Once we get inside, all become clear.
I'm still here.
Give me just a moment. Now, it's open. Now I can show you the source of the nightmares. Over here. Behold the Skull of Corruption, the source of Dawnstar's woe. We must reach the inner sanctum and destroy it. Come, there's no time to lose. Son, what is it I can help with? This way, my son. Stop us! Damn it! The priest must have activated this barrier when the miasma was released. Impossible, actually. I wonder. There may be a way to bypass the barrier, but I must check their library and confirm it can be done. I suppose there's no point in concealing the truth any longer. My knowledge of this temple comes from personal experience. I was a priest of Vermina. When the orcs invaded the temple, I fled. I left my brothers and sisters here to die. I've spent the last few decades living in regret and seeking redemption from Mara. And by her benevolence, I will right my wrongs. I still have my key to the library. Whenever you're ready, let's move on. Lore holds that the Skull of Corruption holds a constant hunger for the memories of others. The skull has been out of touch for so long, I fear it's gained the ability to reach out on its own and try to feed. What it does with these memories is just conjecture, and an argument for scholars and historians to this very day. We mustn't tarry. The skull needs to be destroyed as soon as possible. It's just up here. Be careful. We're certain to find more of the awakened within. This library used to be filled with arcane volumes. Now look at it. Almost everything's been burned. I hope the tome we need is still intact. For Lady Mara!
They're still here! Stop them!
But any more interruptions, perhaps we can locate the information I need. Barring any more interruptions, perhaps we can locate the information I need. We're looking for a book of alchemical recipes called the Dream Stride. The tome bears the likeness of Vermina on the cover. It should be here somewhere. If you'll check the shelves around the balcony, I'll check around the lower level. Yes, my son. What is it I can help with? Let me take a look. Mara be praised. There is a way past the barrier to the inner sanctum. It involves a recipe for a liquid known as Vermina's torpor. Yes, the torpor grants an ability the priests of Vermina called the Dream Stride, using dreams to travel distances in the real world. I assure you, the Dream Stride is well known in Verminian lore. Sadly, I have yet to see it function in person. As a sworn priest of Mara, the elixir won't work for me. The torpor will only work for priests of Vermina, or the unaffiliated. I will not lie to you. There is some risk involved. The last time the torpor was imbibed could have been decades ago. But I swear upon Lady Mara that I will do everything within my power to prevent any harm from befalling you. I believe there is a laboratory in the East Wing. If we proceed there, we should be able to locate a sample. You'll be viewing the memory of another through your own eyes and with your own body. Those around you will perceive you as normal, and you will find the words you utter may not be your own. Thanks to all of these odd principles, there is quite a lot of debate as to whether this is really a dream or just the machinations of Vermina. I will watch over you as you slumber to ensure your safety. If I deduce anything is amiss, I will use my arts to bring you back. Otherwise, I am uncertain what will end your dream stride. Perhaps when Vermina's curious appetite has been filled. The laboratory adjoins the library. I'm hoping we'll find a sample of the torpor left undamaged. that they've been dealt with, we need to find the torpor. It should be in a small bottle, very similar to a potion. I'll begin searching up here. The torpor should be in a small bottle with dark liquid. If you find it, bring it to me.
What is on your mind? Okay, let us see what we have. If you need anything else, just ask.
Yes, my son. What is it I can help with? I'm relieved you discovered a bottle intact. This place looks as though it was ransacked by the orcs. So, I've taken us this far, but you need to guide us the rest of the way. Drink. Dawnstar's fate rests in that tongue. I understand your hesitation. But I promise you that it works. Let's continue. We still have much to do.
You want to talk? I hope this will be a mutually beneficial exchange. Let us go.
The orcs have breached the inner sanctum, Brother Baron.
We must hold. We can't allow the skull to fall into their hands.
But no more than a handful of us remain, brother.
Then we have no choice. The miasma must be released.
The miasma? But brother...
We have no alternative. It's the will of Vermina. And what about you, Brother Casimir? Are you prepared to serve the will of Vermina? Then it's decided. Brother Casimir, you must activate the barrier and release the miasma. Let nothing stop you. Brother Thorin, we must remain here and guard this skull with our lives if necessary. No one crosses me! Come on! Come on! Worked. Mara be praised. You vanished after drinking the torpor and materialized on the other side. I've never seen anything quite like it. How I envy you. I can only imagine the excitement of seeing history through the eyes of another. Sadly, I am resigned to just reading of its wonders through my research of the skull. Indeed. My reverence for Vermina's machinations should not take precedence over our mission. My apologies. The inner sanctum lies ahead. We must reach the skull and put an end to Dawnstar's troubles. Lead on, my friend. Come. We must get to the skull and destroy it.
Come here. Hunt for this. Run away.
Time for your final rest.
There, Thorin, you're alive. No thanks to you, Casimir. I no longer use that name. I'm Miranda, priest of Mara. You're a traitor. You left us to die and then ran before the miasma took you. No, I was scared. I wasn't ready to sleep. Enough of your lies. I can't allow
I'm
you
right
to
behind you.
Skull, priest of Mara. Then you leave me no choice.
So, you want to dance?
Over here!
Forgive me.
I knew Varen and Thoric. They were my friends. Is this punishment for my past? Is it Mara's will to torment me so? And had they succeeded, Dawnstar's fate would be sealed. You have a unique way of looking at things, my friend. It's time. The skull must be destroyed. If you'll stand back, I'll perform the ritual granted to me by Lady Mara. First, an incantation. The barrier. I call upon you, Lady Mara. The skull hungers. It yearns for memories and leaves nightmares in its wake. Grant me the power to break through this barrier and to send the skull to the depths of oblivion.
He's deceiving you. When the ritual's complete, the skull will be free, and then Arender will turn on you. Quickly, kill him now. Kill him and claim the skull for your own. Vermina commands you.
Forgive me if I do. In time, I believe I will. I'd constructed a meager shrine to Mara in the antechamber where we entered. My intention was to spend the rest of my years here, burying the past and praying for forgiveness. But instead, I wish to offer my services to you. If you ever wish to journey with me, I'll be here. There's no need to thank me. What you did was for the people of Dawnstar. If anyone should be thanked, it should be you. And what might you need?